welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will talk about the first ever documented serial killer in the Philippines. He was not your ordinary serial killer, he was a priest. This is the story of Juan Severino Mallari, also known as Padre Severino. Juan Severino Mallari was ordained in 1809 after studying theology in Pontifical and Royal University of Santo Tomas, currently known as University of Santo Tomas. After his ordination, he became an assistant parish priest for several years, and then he applied to be a presiding priest. He applied in Orani, Mariveles, and Lubao, but was rejected. He even applied to be a sacristan in Port of Cavite, but was also rejected. Until in 1812, some say 1816, he was accepted as the presiding parish priest in Magalang, Pampanga. The locals have loved him. He fit right into the community. He was the first ever Filipino parish priest in Magalang, Pampanga, so maybe that's why the locals welcomed him. He stayed there for 10 years. In those 10 years, a series of unexplained disappearances and murders were happening in Magalang, Pampanga. Cases have remained unsolved as the authorities, who were known at that time as Guardia Civil, could not find any clue or any witness as to who might be responsible for these crimes. In 1826, 10 years after Padre Severino first came in Magalang, Pampanga, he fell ill to an unknown disease. While he was trying to get better, another priest was sent to Magalang to watch over him and to watch over the parish. The name of this priest was not revealed, but while he was working in the parish and looking after Padre Severino, he came across these random things covered in blood. It was reported that it also included machetes and knives covered in blood. They later found out that these things belonged to the people who were murdered, who disappeared in the last 10 years. Padre Severino was arrested and was put in prison. The trial went on, and it took 14 years for the Spanish colonial government to decide on what to do with them. He was sentenced to death by hanging, and he was executed in 1840. He was the first ever Filipino priest that the Spanish colonial government executed. It was reported that he had killed 57 people in just a span of 10 years. Now, you have to understand, Magalang was a very small town, and in 1812, again, some say 1816, there were not a lot of people at that time, a lot of trees, farms, and I'm pretty sure houses are so far apart as well. So it might have been very easy for him to do his crime since there's a lot of places that he could hide. We also have to understand that he was a priest. Spanish colonial government have used the Roman Catholic religion to colonize the Philippines, so priests at that time were highly respected and people obey them. He might have lured his victims, I don't know where and I don't know how, but being a priest was really a great factor. That might have been the reason as well that he was able to lure and just deceive these people to go wherever he had killed them. A book was written by Dr. Luciano Santiago. It was called The Kapampangan Pioneers of the Catholic Church. He explained in that book that Padre Severino was actually mentally ill when he did his crimes, so he should have been taken to a psychiatric hospital. It was reported that Padre Severino took a lot of psychological tests and was proven really mentally ill. There were a lot of questions in everyone's mind at that time. Spain is actually one of the pioneers in mental health. They built the first ever psychiatric hospital in Europe called Hospital de Inocentes. They also established the Hospicio de San Jose, which I believe the first ever psychiatric hospital in the Philippines in 1815. Now, Padre Severino's reason of killing 57 people in just a span of 10 years is because he believed that his mother was bewitched, and in order to cure his mother, he needed to kill people. I'm not sure if that's the only reason why these psychologists and psychiatrists think that or thought that he was mentally ill. But the Spanish colonial government at that time did not buy it. They said that Padre Severino was just displaying one of the characters of Indios. And that is to easily believe in supernatural and witchcraft, especially in explaining things that science could not explain. And that might have been the reason why it took 14 years for them to decide on what to do with him. Padre Severino was also functioning really well. He was intelligent, he was smart. He was able to finish his theology degree in University of Santo Tomas. He was also one of the best calligraphy master in the Philippines, said to be the second next to another priest. I did try to find more information about this story, like the names of the victims and if they were all from Pampanga, but I could not find anything. Much of the details that I have told you guys are actually from the book, The Kapampangan Pioneers of the Catholic Church. So if you want to know more about this story, I suggest you look for that book. Or there's actually other videos and other articles online about this as well. Thank you so much everybody for watching another video. Feel free to comment down below any suggestions and any thoughts about this story. Take care everyone. Bye!